Today, I woke up to some insane news. I was right about to post the video about my reaction to this other content creator that was basically talking about the issues he had with the Midnight Walkers and different things like he was talking about the term early access, certain things that I didn't quite agree with, that gamers are taking advantage of the term just as much as the developers are. My opinion about early access, before I dive into this deeper, my opinion on early access is very known. And it is basically a fucking version of the game that you build on, but you making sure you have a foundation. The foundation is the gameplay loop. As long as you have a good gameplay loop, you can deliver the game. You can. And I mean that in all the sense of the term, gameplay loop, which means that you have customizable characters. You have the ability to use the loot that you need, that you have different versions of the loot, and you have different versions of the outcome of the loot. Not only did they have the gameplay loop, but they had crafting. They had different variations of zombies. So my opinion on early access is that if they released it right now in early access, it would be an early access game. Any more development beyond what they wanted to do in early access, or even half the stuff they wanted to do in early access, because like their roadmap, even on their roadmap, it on the early access tab, there's a lot of things on there that you could probably push back to 1.0. And the reason why I say that is because like customizable things like skins, battle passes, stuff like that, that doesn't need to be in early access. That's just a way to make money, so that way you can keep the game going. There's nothing wrong with pushing back. There's nothing wrong with making sure your game is acceptable for the public, because it is your baby. It's your baby. It is something that you want to make sure that people enjoy playing. So ultimately, you want to make sure that it's right for everybody, or for the community that you're gearing towards, right? So why is this video being made? Why am I bringing all this up? And why am I not posting the video I wanted to post? Because last night, they made a very, very, very odd decision to push back the game. And in my opinion, I don't think it's I think that they're just kind of like nervous, maybe. But right now, the Midnight Walkers is in early access. Like the testing that I saw, sure, cheaters were a lot. Sure, there's exploits. Sure, it wasn't the game that they wanted it to be in full access. It doesn't matter. People aren't going to... There's going to be some people that are going to judge it the way that they think it's going to be, and then people are going to judge it for what that is. The true fans know what it is. Now, again, I'm rambling and I could be talking out of my butt. But I believe if they came out with this game with what they had in the last test, it's perfectly acceptable. There's enough content to last months for an average player. There's enough things to do with each character to build with the way that they wanted to build, and it would take you months to get the amount of consistency that you want. So they decided to push back the Midnight Walkers from November 20th to January 28th. Why is this a concern to me? Why am I even upset about it beyond the fact that I'm not going to be able to play it for 2 more months? Well, yeah, 2 more months sucks. But I think I'm more upset about the fact that this is a game that has more features than most early access games coming out. There might be another reason why they're pushing it back. There might be some other weird talk to another content creator that they're getting their decisions from. I don't know. I'm not here to judge them based on that. That's their baby. That's their decisions. It's their company. That's their game. I have no say except to talk about my opinion. We're going to go over the reasons. I haven't really gone into them in full detail myself, so this is going to be basically be like a fresh take on everything. But we have this update from Ray, 1 o'clock in the morning, mind you. Now I know that their timelines or the time difference is a little bit different. It's a bit different, but I'm gonna start by saying it does break my heart. It breaks my heart, and it kills me inside that I'm not gonna be able to play this game for 2 months, because I was expecting a lot from this game, in the sense of, how do I put this? My expectations for the game was beyond met the last playtest, and this is why I was confused on their decision about postponing it. Now again, I did not read the full extent of why they're doing it. It might make sense. That's why I'm saying I'm coming in here with a grain of salt, with a fresh mind, with just a mind of a child saying I don't get to play the game I want to play. And it does hurt, but it might be for a good reason. But for what I saw in the technical test, this game is beyond ready for early access. And the people that don't think so are the people that want to play this game in a competitive nature. So my opinion, before I read this, is they have the game, they have the layout. Why not just come out with the game for PvE? There's no competitive strike. There's no... I think it solves a lot of issues. And I think that I think it will give people an idea of what's coming. Or at the very least, give creators a way to keep making content for this game, so that way we can keep this game alive, because we want this game to succeed just as much as the developers do. Probably even more. In some cases. But anyways, let's go with it. Let's go in it. All right, this is the thing. This is the thing. So we're going to be reading the thing. This is the thing. Okay. Development update. Early access rescheduled to January 2026. So in that point, Tarkov will have a new map. Dark and Darker will have 2 extra wipes. 2 wipes by that point. And Arc Raiders, which has got over 300,000 players right now, is going to have 2 new maps, 16 new things to do in their content. Like 16 things, 16 features that they're coming out with. 16. It's on their roadmap. 16 plus 3 new maps. So it's going to be rough, in my opinion, if they do come up with the schedule in 2026. There's going to be so many extraction games coming out with content at this time that it's going to be very hard to push this. It's going to be very hard to push this. As a content creator, I'm going to have a fucking field day. First of all, we want to express our sincere gratitude to everyone who joined the recent playtest and showed such incredible support for the Midnight Walkers. Today, we have a difficult announcement to share. The release date schedule has been postponed by approximately 2 months. The release date is now set for January 28th, 2026. So it's the 28th. So it's like the end of January. We deeply apologize for the delay in communicating this update. This is so, I don't know. Let's see. Let me see what this is about. See what this is about. I've been in so many early access games. Like, this game has more going for it than Predecessor. And Predecessor has been out in 1.0 for 2 years. Like, they have more content than most early access games right now. So I'm very curious on why they're postponing this. I don't know. During the October Steam Fest, we focused on introducing new content and features. However, this also meant we couldn't dedicate enough time to fine-tuning gameplay balance and polish. As a director, I take full responsibility for not meeting the expectations of some of our players and take this feedback seriously. I take full responsibility for not meeting the expectations for some of our players and take this feedback seriously. What feedback do they take? Are they talking about like the community? I guess. I don't know. What's being improved? The recent playtest allows us to verify server stability, and we've already fixed an issue where certain sessions would abruptly close as if the server had shut down. We also resolved numerous bugs and crash issues while continuing to work on a client-side optimization. Beyond that, we are reinforcing anti-cheat and abnormal play detection systems to ensure a fair experience in early access. Appropriate reward and response solutions are also being prepared. So they're doing like what Dark and Darker is going to be doing, or Dark and Darker is doing, which is basically giving people that reported cheaters a reward, or people that have bad behavior a reward type thing. Our top priority remains improving the game's overall quality and sincerely implementing your feedback into the build. Here are the main areas we're focused on during the extended development period. Now, if this is all about balancing and cheats, I'm going to be freaking livid. This is going to be absurd why they're pushing this back. If those are the two reasons why, the server stability, sure, that sucks. That needs to be fixed. Go ahead and take an extended time. 2 months? I don't know anything about game development. That's a long time. But I promise, there's probably something that we don't know about behind the scenes. So let me just read. Core gameplay, class balance adjustments, and weapon usability improvements. You can do that during early access. Improving smoking feature, first step. Ranking system. Item drop and looting experience improvements. None of those are really game breaking. None of that you listed is going to take away from the experience from your game. Class balance adjustments and weapon usability improvements. Improving smoking feature, ranking system. You don't need a ranking system to come out with a game. The game has already got a ranking system. You die. Okay. Quality of life. Enhanced item and gear information display. Improved item discard function. Trade and mailbox upgrades, UI and mission UX improvements, item restoration system for unfair play victims. matchmaking, social and communications, autofill and matchmaking, pool management, new smart ping and Discord, SDK voice chat integration. Oh, so when your character talks in Discord, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. New smart ping. So I guess just a better pinging system and a better chat system. Maybe. Oh, I think it's the where it shows your voice thing. Okay, I know what that means. New food court floor added. Replacing more objects to destructible. Technical performance and security. Overall optimization and sound polishing. And advanced anti-cheat measures. Now, advanced anti-cheat measures is probably the best thing they have said in this whole thing. Autofill and matchmaking pool management isn't really that crazy. I agree that they need to have it, but that's not crazy. Like, none of this stuff they're saying is game breaking. Again, I'm not knocking on their decision. I'm more or less trying to figure it out. Trying to figure it out on what is going on and why it's going on. This delay is not just a schedule adjustment, it's a decision to honor a commitment not to use early access as a shield for incomplete quality. Early access is people have no idea what early access is. I feel old. I feel so old. And I feel like we believe taking more time to deliver a truly refined experience is our responsibility as developers. In the coming weeks, meaningful improvements in gameplay tuning. There's still much we haven't shown you yet, but we're determined to meet and hopefully exceed your expectations. Your feedback continues to be more valuable. You have 8 people, 27 people. This sucks. This sucks in the same way this sucks in every other way. So overall, they're taking what Firebox said in a much and basically they're just taking it in a very literal sense. They believe that this game isn't ready for early access. Guys, early access is a term to put on a game so that way you can build up on your foundation. You have a foundation, you can build on it. You have a core gameplay loop that's fundamentally fun, that obviously people want to play. I get you're scared, I get you're nervous, but you got to get over that. You got to get over that real quick. Because if this is the direction, it's scarier than having cheats in your game. If somebody is willing to, like, 2 weeks before the game comes out, you were telling people we're going to push it back 2 more months. And then we're going to push it back 2 more months in the middle of the content crazy where every game that is in the extraction genre is coming out with new content at that time. New wipes, new seasons, new maps. Like, if they did it right now, this is at the edge of Arc Raiders hype, where people are wanting something different. People are wanting a different genre. Dark and darker people are sick and tired of playing this game, are tired of playing their game. They need something new. That's over 1,000 players willing to play. You already have just as much content, if not more, than most early access games. You have way more potential than Dark and Darker. This is such a waste, in my opinion. You could be doing this during early access and get more information. But again, I don't know game development. All I know is what I've learned playing early access games and working with early access developers. And I'm telling you, they either go this route, which this is the route that a lot of people try to go with, and it fails. And then there's other routes that Predecessor goes, in which releasing a game that is nowhere near what they're describing is what Predecessor came out with. They need to go check out Predecessor. I mean, like, $726 people playing right now. 726 people playing. And that game has no content. And it's a MOBA. No content. None. Well, okay, they just came out with their first content. They just got done with their first content. And I guess the average players went down because of it. Like, they have not stabilized at all. Jesus Christ, look at that. God damn, bro. I can give you so many games that are in early access that aren't ready yet. You're not hiding behind a shield. This is not an incomplete quality game. You have a quality game. You should stop listening to dumbasses that don't know how game development works, or at least how marketing works. I think this game is going to succeed if you just push it out. Don't be scared. It's very disappointing that they're willing to do this at a dime. Because they even announced the date after the test. I don't know. In my opinion, they should have not done this. They should not do this. In my opinion, there's no good reason. They haven't provided a good reason. They provided a reason that they don't want it. But this doesn't show us like a line from one expectation to the next. This doesn't show us like, oh wow, they're dedicated to show us an expectation. What expectation? That you don't feel comfortable about releasing a game that is got a core gameplay, got the foundation built on it, got people wanting to play the game. Yeah, people are pissed they ran into cheaters. Bro, look at Arena, a free-to-play game. Bans for cheating, 4,433. And that is just between October 27th and November 2nd. You're not going to stop cheaters. You can prevent them as much as you can, but you're not going to stop them. And that was 4,000 players. 4,000 players. I have 30,000 players. Out of 30,000 players, they caught 4,000. You're not going to be able to stop the cheaters, but what you can do is have preventative measures. Now, I get that's why you want to postpone it. That's why this, the very bottom, that probably makes the most sense. But that's not this one reason doesn't make sense to postpone 2 months for these, because you don't feel comfortable with it. At some point, you have to take responsibility for a game that you've already announced, that you've prepared for people to play, and now you're taking that away. What goes to show you're not going to take it away again? Like, I don't agree with it. I think this is a very bad take, and people are probably going to hate me for this. but I don't think this is a good enough reason. You provided one good reason for me, and that's 2 months worth for an excuse that's a decision to honor our commitment not to use early access as a shield. Brother, when you come out with this game, this ain't early access. This is a full-fledged game. So if you put early access on a full-fledged game like this, what are people going to be expecting? What are people going to be expecting? Oh yeah, since they came out with the game early access 1.0 is going to have some skins. Like what? It's going to have a battle pass now, bro. Now ways to spend money like that looks more sus, more fucked than anything else. That you're going to, the first thing you're going to do is ask people for money. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I love this game, and I respect the developers for wanting to produce a quality game. I do. Do I understand it? Do I get it? Do I yes, but am I gonna I think cheating is a big issue. I think they need to fix it. This sucks that we're not gonna get this game until 2 months because of this reason. Hopefully they have a plan. Hopefully they have a plan beyond this. Because this breaks my heart. Because this is exactly what I was scared of. Predecessor, at least they're doing the opposite of what predecessors did. They're not lying, and they're not hiding behind some false pretense of bullshit, right? They're showing us transparency, albeit very delayed, super delayed. Like fuck. It's like I'm like molding it in my head more and more. We'll just have to see what happens, guys. I apologize. I apologize to everyone that was expecting this game to come out with November 20th. I'm gonna cry and beg the developers, please, if you any developer sees this, if Crossbow, you see this, if anybody, please give us a build. Give us, the content creators, a build, so that way we can make something for this game for you guys, please. That would mean a lot to the community, to everyone. At least give us something. Something. An open playtest until then. I don't care. I'll pay. I don't care. It just sucks. Anyways. I don't know when I'm going to be making Midnight Walkers content next. Be next year sometime. So I apologize to everyone. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people were hoping for this game to come out pretty soon. But I guess we're gonna have to keep playing Arc Raiders and Dark and Darker. I'm not playing Arc Raiders, but you guys can play Arc Raiders. Alright guys. I just want to leave it on a happy note though. I do think that these developers got a head on their shoulders. They're smart. They're doing things safe rather than sorry. And you can't be mad at that. All you can do is wonder, hope, and truly do the best you can to support this game. If you really do like this game, support it. If you really do want to see what's going on with this game and the next updates, please like and subscribe. I'm going to do as much as I can to provide you guys with what I can. The answers that they're going to give me. So, I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.